Hi, this is Sarah Parrott, and I'm going to be walking you through how to do your self-assessments after your SP encounters. So the first thing you're going to do is go to your login page, which is login.kcump.edu, and then you're going to find this icon that says Beeline Medical KC. You're going to click on that, and then you are going to use your single sign-on, which is your student number and your university password. But since I recorded a brief video and did a brief SOAP note as Bart Simpson, I'm going to go ahead and log in as him so that he can be the student. So when you get to this screen, the first thing you're going to want to do is hit the Results tab. Then you're going to want to select the encounter that you are going to grade. So right now, Bart has only recorded Year 1, Encounter 1 for the class of 2022. So we are going to select that. You'll notice that there are 3 different checklists for you to look at. I recommend that you go ahead and click open the Data Gathering SP checklist, where the SP will record whether you got the facts of the case as well as did the exam. And don't worry if this is not accurate. The SPs have 9 minutes while you're writing your SOAP note to answer 60 questions. So we've told them, especially since this is a new case and they've not had a lot of practice on it, that they can just race through and just try and get finished. Because it's not for a grade, they may not be as accurate as they would normally be on a case that they're very, very familiar with. Then I recommend that you go back and just do done, and that will get you back to the same screen. You can then click and see the SP checklist for Humanism. This is on a 5-point Likert scale, and it goes through pretty much what you should be doing to make the patient feel like you care and be a good medical student using all of the nice communication skills that we've talked about in lecture and have practiced in our labs thus far. Please note that there is a question at the bottom. Would you go back to the student physician? We look at this very carefully. Almost everyone will say yes. If there is a particular problem that they definitely should talk to you about it in the feedback session, but sometimes they'll say no, they wouldn't, and then they have to give feedback down here about why they wouldn't see the student again. Again, this doesn't happen all the time, and if it happens to you, please make an appointment with me, Dr. Parrott, so that we can discuss an improvement plan. The next thing I want to show you is how to pull up your SOAP note. You can see that's the bottom one. So these look black, but if you hover, they turn blue, so you can know that they're hyperlinked. So we'll go ahead and open that SOAP note. And this is what Bart Simpson recorded. Kind of not the best SOAP note in the world. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the single sign-on tab, and I'm going to click that. I'm again going to click into Beeline. I'm again going to log on using the single sign-on username, which for you would be your student number, and password. And then I'm going to go to Evaluations. In Evaluations, you will click on whatever evaluation you want. So for this one, we're going to look at Class of 2022, Year 1, Encounter 1, SOAP Note Self-Assessment. We're going to open that. And there we see our self-assessment. Now what you could do is look at the self-assessment here and then go back and review your SOAP note and see if it has it, then come back and click, right? Or you could make these windows smaller. To do that, you're going to click this button up here that has the 2 boxes in each other and make it just a little bit smaller. You're gonna grab the far right tab and you're gonna pull it onto your background screen. So now you have side by side. And now you can just read it. So if I were grading this SOAP note, I would say, I did not do that because I didn't record any HPI. So first sentence contains the age and the sex of the patient. I have a 64-year-old female, so yes. and it contains the chief complaint, which is she came with a rash on her right shoulder. So I can go ahead and say that. When I'm finished with my SOAP note assessment, I can hit submit. Yes, I want to submit anyway. Then I'll go back to done, and I'll go back to done. I want to get to this page. When I'm done with this page, I'll go ahead and go back to evaluations, and I will pick the video self-evaluation. Now I'll go to my other window that's open on the left side. I'll hit done because I want to get out of the SOAP note. I'll hit, actually you can just go to home down here. Now you're going to go to sessions, and you're going to find the encounter that you're interested in. So 2022 Year 1 Encounter 1 Wilson would be the first one.
My name is
and you'll see that my video pops up on the left. I'm going to go ahead and mute this just so I can show you. So then you're going to go to the right hand side and read the questions and answer the questions. So just based on the door note, you don't have a whole lot of information and you haven't had a whole lot of pathology, but just try and use your best educated, you have done some shadowing and you're a smart person because you got into medical school, and think about what could give a patient a rash with a temperature of 102.3. So you kind of start thinking about your differential when you look at the door note. Then you're going to go ahead and start the video and stop it after the history portion, and then record any other questions that you might have asked to, if you were to do this encounter again, to help you better solidify a good differential and to complete the interview in the most thorough manner. When you're finished with this, you will, let's just go ahead and put X's in all the boxes because it won't let me submit it unless we do that. Submit, submit, submit. And you will go ahead and submit your checklist like thus. And now you have completed both self-assessments, both the SOAP note self-assessment as well as the video self-evaluation, the video review self-evaluation. And you are finished with all of the required duties for your 3 coursework points. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to make an appointment to come by and see me, drop in, and if I'm here, I'll talk to you. Want you to have a good time with this. Thank you.